हाय धीरज।
हाय।
धीरज याद है बीट बॉबी फ्ले पे जाने से पहले हमने ट्रेन किया था 2 दिन।
वो तो मेरे लिए भी बहुत अच्छा टाइम था।
अब मुझे 40 मिनट्स में बिरयानी बनाना था और तुमने हेल्प किया। थैंक यू सो मच।
वेलकम आरती, वेलकम। मैं तो कभी भी चांस मिलेगा मैं तो हमेशा आपके साथ हूँ।
ओके, थैंक यू सो much. I can't wait to try your biryani.
बाय बाय।
Okay, bye. Good night. Hello, my name is Aarti Sampath and welcome back to my channel. After a lot of demand, I'm making my very special dish today, the biryani that beat Bobby Flay. I've been asked numerous times for the recipe. I try to guard it like a secret, but then I'm like, come on, I need to let people know how I made it. Would you like to see how I made it? Okay, let's get started. On the show Beat Bobby Flay, the chicken that I used was chicken thighs, boneless and skinless. However, when I'm cooking at home, I like to use whole chicken. So I have my whole chicken in here, and to that I'm adding some spices. This is where you marinate the chicken. We love marinating our proteins as opposed to just seasoning it last minute. It's almost like a brine because all the spices just go into the meat, tenderize it, and make it absolutely juicy and delicious. So I have my chili powder, I have turmeric powder, all right? We have cumin powder and then coriander powder. I have some fresh chopped ginger and garlic, some freshly squeezed lime juice. To my chicken, I'm adding some fresh yogurt. This is about half a cup. Let me add some salt as well. And then we'll just give it a good mix. And we're gonna set it aside for at least 12 hours. Garam masala, yes, that fresh medley of super warm spices is what gives that biryani flavor. Give that a good stir again. And we'll just set this aside. Delicious biryani is really about those caramelized onions. You just want tons and tons of caramelized onions. So I have a whole bowl full of sliced onions that I'm gonna add to this hot oil. I have some peanut oil, and to that I like to add a combination of ghee and oil to get those onions really fragrant and to kind of minimize that oniony strong flavor. We want to add some whole spices. So I have some cinnamon bark, I have a star anise, a couple of cardamom, one black cardamom, and some mace. And then I have my onions that are sliced, which I'm adding to the oil. At this point, I drop down the heat. A trick to getting onions caramelized a little quicker is a pinch of salt. Salt releases all the water from the onions. Smells absolutely divine already. After 10-12 minutes of rigorous stirring and just cooking the onions low and slow, you can see how gorgeous and golden they are, super caramelized and sweet. I've pulled out all the spices, the whole spices. Now I'm pulling out half the onions and keeping them aside. This is for the top of the biryani, which we'll be using when we finish layering up the chicken and the rice. We'll use half the onions right on top. And I leave half the onions in the pan. Push the onions to the side as we don't want them to caramelize any further. I'm adding a little more clarified butter, and then I drop in my marinated chicken. Before we drop in the rice and the herbs, we want the chicken to brown a little, and then we'll allow it to sear real well at the bottom at a higher temperature. While the chicken is searing for another 2 minutes, we're gonna blanch our basmati rice. I've soaked the basmati rice for up to 20 minutes to half hour. I have a pot where I'm going to heat up some water. Blanching basmati rice sort of lengthens the grain. We do have to flavor this water really well. So I have some whole spices again. I'm just using some cardamom and cinnamon and a couple of cloves. And just as you would cook pasta with a lot of salt, we're doing the same with the rice. So tons of salt, and we'll just bring this to a rigorous boil. Well, the rice gets drained, so whatever salt and seasoning attaches to the basmati rice is what will season it. So very important step. As you can see, the water's come to a boil. I'm dropping in the rice. The best way to tell when to drain the rice is just allow some of those grains to start swimming on top. So it's not cooked all the way, but it's helped the rice to bloom a little bit. At this point, I also like to add a little bit of cilantro stems. They provide a lot of flavor, and mint stems as well. The rice is smelling so fragrant already, and you can see that it's just dancing away right on top. And that's when you know that we have to strain the rice. We don't want the stems, and then strain my rice. The chicken has been searing at the bottom. It's got a little bit of color. We don't want too much. And then at this point, we're adding some of my favorite ingredients. We have some rose petals, and then I have a good pinch of saffron right here. To this, I'm adding some cream, and then tons of mint leaves. To perfume our biryani, we're adding a little bit of rose water, and then we also have some kevra water. It's also got this beautiful perfumey smell, but a little goes a long way, so just a few droplets all over. We need some fresh cilantro and put it on top. And now to this, I add my drained rice. I'm adding a little bit of fresh cream, or you could use some beaten yogurt. I'm going to dot it with a little more saffron right on top. And then of course, some rose petals, which will cook right into the rice. And then of course, our caramelized onions that we had saved earlier. We're going to perfume the rice with some garam masala again. So we're going to seal the pot, so we don't want to lose any flavor. And then on top goes your lid. At a very low temperature, this should take about 20 minutes. To go with our biryani on the show, I had made a cucumber raita. Raita is a yogurt and cucumber cumini sauce that goes really well with the perfumey biryani. And to the cucumber, I'm adding a few drops of lime juice, adding a little palm sugar. You can use brown sugar, regular sugar as well, and then fresh cumin powder. And I'm adding yogurt. Just bring it all together. Some mint. I'm adding the fresh element to my raita, and we'll keep that to the side. And let's check on our biryani if it's done. Meat-based biryanis are usually garnished with a boiled egg. However, I like fried eggs, so my version had a fried egg on top. So I have a little peanut oil again, and then it's time to crack my egg. Seasoning my fried egg with a little bit of chili powder, and of course, a pinch of salt. We're just gonna allow the egg whites to set, and we'll have that runny yolk that will further enrich our biryani. The best way to tell if your biryani is ready is when that foil just puffs up. That's when you know it's created a lot of steam, and all that rice is cooked, your chicken's been cooked, and it's all this beautiful, beautiful biryani inside. You can just tell that the rice grains are just perfect, and you can see how beautiful they are. They're all separated. Right before I dig my fork in, I'm adding a little more clarified butter right on top to make sure my rice doesn't stick all on top of each other. I have some fresh green chilies that have been diced. I like to add them at the end because it's really spicy and adds more freshness. Oh, that chicken's cooked to perfection. I can't wait anymore. Just gonna give this a taste. I just know why I beat Bobby Flay with the biryani. It's pretty damn good. Well, I hope you like this video. And I know a lot of you have been asking me about the chicken biryani, and here it is. Here's the recipe. If you like the video, please let your friends know. Please try it for your family. Please like and subscribe to Chef Aarti Sampath. See you soon.